Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Godman coming at you with a brand new video. For I used to be called Godman, now it's Triedge. People are wondering why the fuck your name is not Godman, the channel, if you're making these type of content, especially DC related. Well, number one, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm gonna go the direction of my channel with my new name that I have had for a while now, and also, yeah, I cannot recreate the old channel I've deleted a long time ago, even though I do miss some of the old videos that I've made a long time ago that were really fucking good and hilarious and all that good stuff. For those who remember me, hi, it's Godman. And for those who don't know, yeah, that used to be my name, and now my name is Triedge. So, today we're going to be, live reacting during my recording session of this, I Am Mad. Definitely check out his channel if you haven't do so. But before we get right into this video, I'm just gonna say this. I told you guys, I keep telling you guys over and over again, like this is the prime example of what I'm talking about when it comes to devs not listening to the community and the community needs. And it's like people are just still sitting there hoping these updates will exist or come to a point, but you guys can clearly see how the devs don't give a fuck about you, your money, or time. This game has become a 1-2-3 DCO for Dummies 101. It became a chore. It feels like a job now rather than you playing the game and enjoying the fucking game. And grinding for all these cosmetic styles and all this shit, which you everything's pay to win at this point. Like everything's literally pay to win out the ass. It's like anybody who wants to be relevant on top of this leaderboard or any other relations to this game, because that's what's mainly focused on rather than the core game itself, the quality itself, because everybody's focusing quantity over quality, and and I know that shit don't go far when it comes to gaming or music or in general. But we're gonna react to this live video and let you guys know, so that way for the 100th fucking time, 100th or more fucking time I gotta say this, you guys get the message instead of sitting there agreeing and disagreeing. Because at the end of the day, if you're still playing the fucking game, make a difference. Don't be part of the problem. Deal with the problem. Don't become the problem. So let's get right to this video.
How should I say this? Because we're gonna get into this information next. I'm not gonna say he's predatory. He just has a business mindset. Like, if it makes more money, we're gonna stamp it type deal. That's what I give him, Andre, low key, from understanding some things about him. But look, we're gonna get into some Reddit posts. Now, the Reddit post kind of breaks into the community, right? Players who've been playing for a long time. See, this version of it is like a video YouTube version about this person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff you will not find. It's buried deep into Reddit posts from like 7 years ago or not, while he was a part of Star Trek Online. So this is Andre in the past. We have Andre now, who people from previous messages on LinkedIn saying that he was dope at monetization. So we're going to see what he did to make even people give that opinion or preconception. As much as I'm bashing Emerson, and don't get me wrong, he is a problem, the real issue lies with Cryptic's leadership. They become addicted to cutting costs and increasing monetization, and have forgotten who their customer is, and that's Star Trek Online. It has a captive audience, people who play the game because they have in the past.
All right, I paused this video so I could break it down more in details for you guys. I'm assuming I Am Mad is breaking it down in this video, but I'm gonna break it down more in details about this shit, right? As you guys can see here, as much as I'm bashing Emerson, and don't get me wrong, he is a problem. The real issue lies within Cryptic leaderships. They become addicted to cutting costs and increasing monetization and have forgotten who their customer is. STO, as in Star Trek Online, has a captive audience, which they do. People who play the game because they have in the past, so they can exploit them on a new game like Magic Legends. Don't know what it is, but we can look it up down the road. They have to actually attract players, customers, and give them a worthwhile product. Instead, they gave them exploitative monetization and it failed miserably. So basically, they were working on a game like Magic Legends using the same method that they're pulling off with DCUO, basically, when it comes to cosmetic art scams and monetization and all that stuff. Them throwing these type of stuff at you guys auras and cosmetics and stuff is part of their monetization fucking gimmick, their propaganda, their scams and shit. And that game got most likely shut down if this gentleman, whoever wrote this, saying that it failed miserably. Like it didn't work out. Like Magic Legends was not welcoming. It was not fun. It just didn't give what people are seeking for, basically, you know? So it became a flop. Now, it's funny that this is being mentioned about Star Trek Online because these are almost the same devs who also worked on Star Trek Online. If you look at Star Trek Online from before and now, you will see that even before Star Trek Online was a good game until they sold the game to a different company, and look how these companies are treating these fucking games, which is Daybreak / third-party fucking banking industry company. So there's definitely a pattern here where people need to like wake up and see, because what the whole "it is what it is" mentality is the most laziest shit you can ever reply to, especially when it comes to not accepting it for what it is. Like, yeah, it is what it is, but it's like you can't run with that mentality if you want good changes and see better things come into this game. DC we're talking about. Instead, people just walk around, I just have fun and adapt to the meta. It is what it is, bruh. It is what it is. That's why I'm gonna make a meme out of that shit nowadays. But people who just think like that are usually lazy thinkers. They can't think real logical senses. They'll just agree, disagree, and be like, it is what it is. They're fucking lazy people, lazy players, you know? But let's get right back to the fucking video. They're literally just talking about Star Trek and other games that they worked on and have failed miserably. And there's a fucking pattern here. But let's go to it.
Audience, people who play the game because they have in the past, so they can exploit them. On a new game like Magic Legends, they have actually attracted players, customers, and give them a worthwhile product. Instead, they give them exploitative monetization, and it failed miserably. So basically what that tells me, most definitely, is that we have a nice IP. We have DC Universe, and it's very active, like very active. You know what I'm saying? All other Supergirl movies, you know what I'm saying?
For what it is.
This is a very strong IP, you know what I'm saying? So basically, the fact that they are saying in STO that they invested in other games, you know, in our case, they invested in shit like Poly Online to try to monetize that and failed miserably. I'm saying the same thing what happened in the past is going to happen again if you don't learn from it, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what I'm getting from this. Increases in data. Guys, this is when they touched the game. This is when back then the executive producer and their dev team was actually scaling stuff up and down, actually balancing the game in real time. We don't see updates like this anymore, you know what I'm saying? And guys, one thing I can say, whenever you see Q4, Q1, Q2, Q3, we actually saw them on time. If you would have seen a highlight update in Q2 or whatnot, guys, you would have seen it, in my opinion. You know, these guys was low-key on it and low-key punctual, you know what I'm saying? But back then, things were different, you know what I'm saying? I was actually trying to do some digging on Landon, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Deadpool, like, he just crawled outside of the fucking comic and was killing the producers, bro. Now, I'm not saying this is that, but imagine your own video game community that you really don't even give a fuck of, and you're the producer actually giving some sort of press about you, bro. That's what this is. You can thank Iconic Simulation for this video, you know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be digging this deep, you know what I'm saying? But whenever I got free time, I'd be thinking what other types of content, you know what I'm saying, I can bring to this shit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more than just playing the game, you know what I mean? I mean, people like Iconic Simulation believes I go off on tangents or not, you know what I'm saying? And my shit is meaningless. But at the same time, guys, we've been playing this game for a long time. I think it's time to, like, you know, break barriers, you know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
So check this out. I did my little research on, you know, what's happening in the game right now, the new producer letter and stuff. And what really stood out to me is, why the fuck did we, like, where's the highlight revamp stuff? Like, who could have forgot that important information? You know what I'm saying? Because the old teams actually was meeting deadlines and stuff. They wouldn't have left out some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna prove that too later. You know what I'm saying? So with this highlight revamp not being in the game at all, I mean, in the producer letter at this time,
I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna like not like go through this whole video, but I'm gonna say this: the highlight revamp is gonna be far worse than water, just based on how they scale the powers and how they balance and balance things. It's like they got somebody who's working in there without knowing what the fuck they're doing. Like, and this is how I know they don't know what the fuck they're doing, because they don't play their own game. How are these devs who are a heart of gaming in the gaming industry, right? They love for this game, but they're not even playing their own game. So how can they know? They don't have anybody testing the fucking server besides the little circuit jerk of a community table. When they're not even they can't do anything but advertise what they're being, what the devs are saying, like based on the produce letter and all this shit. Like you can't make this shit up, man.
I'm patient. I'm not really like, like if Hardlight was to come out, the only way I could DPS with it effectively is with holidays. You know what I'm saying? But we got Aquatic Arsenal and stuff. I don't even know how it's gonna be. So I'm not really
think that way. It should have been. This game been around longer than 15 years. This should have been balanced out already. It's far worse unbalanced than what it used to be, actually. That's why I don't understand. Like for not saying anything about IMAP, but like for him to think that way, it's just like, these are the people who have been playing in this generation now. These are the generation now that are playing the game. And you guys got to understand, they think a certain way because of how the game has been updated. And it's been updated in a way where more power, if the Hardlight gets revamped, everybody's going to be a Hardlight. It's that fifth flavor of the month, but it just becomes to the point where it becomes a tedious, repetitive type of cycle of marketing, monetization and shit. Like, it's just like, people don't see this is part of their marketing scheme, because like they're quick to release styles and energies, and I say energies, so power arguments and all these other fucking shit they're adding to the game, when realistically it's destroying the fucking game. It's destroying the community from within. Controls don't have a real role anymore. Healers don't really have a role much of anymore, because they could just get power back without a controller. Like they took out and defeat the whole purpose of an MMO, which is stupid. Like there's a reason why we have powers, and powers have 2 different kind of builds in a game to 3, depends on what power you are. And now they're like, oh, we're going to fix the problem by releasing power arguments. Now you could be a hybrid. Who the fuck asks for that? Yeah, the idea of it is cool, but who the fuck asks for these type of things? Who and what mother in what fucking room is asking for these changes? Can't be us. I doubt it's the community fucking circle jerk table. So where are these people getting? Where are they getting these ideas from?
thinking about it that much, but I know a lot of players want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm actually, when it comes to like professionalism and what I'm saying, all that stuff, I look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get into it, bro. Andre Emerson is the person who is taking over DC. He started in 2023. You know what I'm saying? And it's like about 2 years and something months, you know what I'm saying? Almost 3. And he came from Star Trek Online, Cryptic and all that stuff. So I went and did my research on the producer, you know what I'm saying, of DC, Andre Emerson, man. So
he worked on Star Trek.
I really want this game to be great. And I want to figure out what's going on. And I feel like I can come up with some sort of synopsis on what we're dealing with. When I say monetary stuff is coming to the game, I really do mean that. And I called it when this artifact wasn't really gonna sell the way they was gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? This makes me not sound like a lunatic reading this information, y'all. So check this out, bro. We're gonna get into it, man. All right. I have a message from LinkedIn from Steven D'Angelo. He worked with him. Now this is like, good stuff and bad stuff. I'm not just focusing on the bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even consider myself a critic or, a gaming blogger or whatever. I'm just like genuinely interested, and this is where we're at in this point in time. So let's read what this man has to say about Andre. They said Andre has been a potent force in Cryptic Studios business ever since I hired him 3 years ago. Andre took the time to really know our free-to-play business and operations, and then began to innovate in business and production practices. So to me, that's like,
Okay, I'm gonna break it down more. I'm mad he's doing the best he can to explain these type of things, and I'm glad he's doing his research, because it shows the dedication, not just as a player who enjoys DC stuff, DC comic and the IP and stuff within this game itself, but the simple fact that is like these are the people who are also spending their time. Time is more valuable than money. People want to play a decent product of a game. This game doesn't provide any of that kind of concept whatsoever. They fucking completely ruined everything that this game has to provide, and they just fucked everything up. But let's read this, right? Andre has been potent, a force in Cryptic Studios. business ever since I hired him 3 years ago. Andre took the time to really know our free-to-play business and operations and then begin to innovate in business and production practice, continually increasing revenue and efficiency. He gets how to work within a budget and where to invest, which made him a fantastic asset. Keep that, listen to this, for a fantastic asset to the company. A fantastic asset. Not a dev, not anything else. They see him as an asset, a fantastic asset, okay? Know and understand what they mean when they say these things / type these things out loud when it comes to these type of posts that they make, right? I also value. Remember, asset and value. That's what the company, when these type of companies seek, is assets and value. I also value his insight into the video game business, in which we both had more time to spend in discussions over the years. You simply can't go wrong with Andre on your team. So they look at him as a valuable, fantastic asset. That's how they see him. So right there, it should tell you they see him as more of a valuable asset to bring money into the fucking company, to the table. They're putting their wallet than for the game, okay? That's what it is. This is what you look at when you read this shit, okay, guys? For the 100th fucking time, for those who like, one day the devs were gonna give the PV update. One day we just gotta sit there in Little Beginning and pray all day with the rest of our cosmetic freaking role players, and hopefully they give us what we want. Yeah, you know, just read it over and over again so you get an idea of what they see when it comes to their vision of these type of games. Okay, let's continue the video.
Free to play games, bro. That's like, it's free to play. Like there is a business behind it, and they have to make money somehow. You know what I'm saying?
He's a valuable asset.
He was saying that he was the man for that. You know what I'm saying? He actually brought numbers up. I don't know what people in these companies really pay attention to, marginally or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But this kind of tells me what to think about business and the actual community, the shit we care about, like the revamp. You know what I'm saying? So it says he gets how to work within a budget and where to invest, which made him a fantastic asset to the company. I also value his insight into the video game business, in which we both had more time to spend in discussions over the years. You simply can't go wrong with Andre on your team. So this tells me that Andre knew how to innovate free-to-play games, invest into the right areas to make more money within a budget in the free-to-play business. That's what I got from this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's in translation. They only care about what type of, like, as him as being a valuable, fantastic asset. They only care about what he could do, of what he did to Star Trek Online, what he could do to DCUO to bring that much money. Whoa, we see you made that much. You increased so much revenue and monetization with Star Trek Online. How did you do it? Can you do it over here in DCUO? You are a valuable asset. You are fantastic. Do the same thing over here. You're doing great for our company. Do it.
This must be a good thing, and you know, the world of like free to play and software design and all that stuff. You know, I'm a noob, so reading this stuff, you know, people take the time out to comment, to really whatnot. Something happened in their personal lives where they had to leave a review type deal. You know what I'm saying? So, look, we have Al Rivera. Now, Al Rivera actually works on the team right now, and like leadership, design. Like he's a big dog in DC. So this is something that we see, and guys, and this is Andre, he joined DC in 2023. So the first one was in 2021, and he was with Crypto Studios for almost 6 years. So this is kind of relatively fresh because he just started in 2026. So this came out in 2023, and this is what Al Rivera has to say. He's actually on DC right now. It says, Andre was my executive producer on Star Trek Online for several years. He brought with him a wealth of monetization and retention strategies, and Andre improved all of our KPIs and took Star Trek Online to the next level. The title and I both benefited tremendously from his experience and efforts, though he was my manager and he treated me like a partner. He always had my back and respected me, and Andre has a wealth of knowledge and experience that any company would greatly benefit from. Now here's the deal.
Let me pause it here. Let's read this real quick. Andre was my executive producer on Star Trek Online for several years. He brought with him a wealth. He didn't put him wealth. A wealth of monetization and retention strategies. wealth and strategies. Andre improved all of our PIs, IPs, and took Star Trek Online to the next level when the whole fucking community hates this guy. But okay. The title and I both benefited tremendously from his experience and efforts. Yeah. Though he was my manager, he treated me like a partner. Partner. He always had my back and respected me. Respect, partner, wealth, monetization, strategies. Keywords, key points to this little fucking paragraph. Andre has a wealth of knowledge. Wealth, again, he mentioned wealth. A wealth of knowledge, that's mentioned again. And experience that any company would greatly benefit from. An experience where any company, okay, like the ending of that, just gave it all away. Any company will greatly benefit from. So they have him and his team. He will be the one to be directing towards where the game should go and how to monetize, to break it down with a bunch of paywalls behind what you see on DCUO. A bunch of paywalls, this and that, you gotta pay. It's a gimmick, it's a scam, it's a way of making money. And you guys are still sitting there like, well, I still find a way to try to enjoy the game. I still try to find way, it is what it is. It is what it is. You gotta adapt to the meta, bro. You gotta adapt to the meta, bro. It is what it is. Like, I always fucking make fun of these idiots because they're the reason why they still play the game, giving them their money and all this other extra shit. And then over the months, course to years later, they're gonna be like, oh man, I've been praying, I didn't get an update, I was there, I gotta keep catching up content, with boogers coming out of their fucking nose looking like a fucking doofus. Like, no shit, dudes. Like, do you not pay attention to what they are doing to your time and you playing the fucking game? And then you got these delusional idiots, and especially the global chat, that sit there and they think that, oh, there's so many players playing this game, when that's not the case. If you see the same person sitting on the same spot every fucking day, you know the game is dead. Like, these phases is bullshit. The numbers are bullshit. The game is literally dying. And I'm not even just talking shit to talk shit. It is dying, which is why other people are now speaking up on this shit. Which is funny because I kind of advocated that in the beginning of all this shit. Like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it is. They're looking at this as more of a game of how to monetize the game, make massive amount of money. And we're gonna discuss where all this shit is going to, okay? So you guys could clearly understand how business works and how these IP works and how all this shit works. I'm gonna break it down for you guys a little bit of a better detail within Matt's video, as he's the one breaking it down himself. But I'm more, experienced in these type of things, so it will be a little easier for me to break it down for you numbnuts to understand, for you to fucking understand your small little acorn with a fucking fried brain. So you guys can understand, whoa, we've been getting scammed this whole time. No way, dude.
Right. I see Oliveira on this team right now still having that same relationship, that partner relationship. His job is secure. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting from this low key.
Their job is secured until no more, until they cannot bring any more value assets to their pockets. Keep that in mind.
I'm saying, wealth of monetization, that's the knowledge he brought with him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, I feel like anybody who's good at sales is able to look at a game and see what players like and how we can create. And then
when you log in the game, what's the first thing you see is advertisement about, oh, open this, do that. There's like many selections of advertisements of the game of like, you got to get this, you got to get that. It's just a way of activating your dopamine in your brain for you to spend money on the game. That's the trigger point. They figure out triggered methods of you trying to spend money in the game.
If I wanted to monetize the fuck out of the game, I think I would be able to do it. I feel like he just has those skills to do that, and is a little bit how should I say this? Because we're gonna get into this information next. I'm not gonna say he's predatory. He just has a business mindset. Like, if it makes more money, we're gonna stamp it type deal. That's what I give him, Andre, low key, from understanding some things about him. But look, we're gonna get into some Reddit posts. Now, the Reddit post kind of breaks into the community, right? Players who've been playing for a long time. See, this version of it is like a video YouTube version about this person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff you will not find. It's buried deep into Reddit posts from like 7 years ago or not, while he was a part of Star Trek Online. So this is Andre in the past. We have Andre now, you know what I'm saying, who people from previous messages on LinkedIn saying that he was dope at monetization. So we're gonna see what he did to make even people give that opinion or preconception. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remember, Iconic Simulation said I'd be going off on tangents. I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right, man. So look, check this out. So we have a Reddit post, and it's talking about mismanagement. You know what I'm saying? So let's read this. The extent of the
I'm gonna read this out loud to you guys. All right. The extent of the mismanagement of Star Trek Online is stunning. It all started after Victory is Life, where Andre Emerson was appointed executive producer. At this time, there was a major shift in how Cryptid operated, from developing a game to maximizing profits, basically. Everything has been monetized, from featured episodes replays, move to Mud's Market, to reputation buyouts, that which could not be monetized was removed, such as the Foundry. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit because he's gonna explain that.
You know what I'm saying? So let's check this out. She loves her dad, bro. She just be chilling. She's like, this is new. All right. One thing that is not discussed is the inefficiency of content under Emerson. It used to be that the story arc would introduce an alien species, 3 of ships designed for new enemies. Now wait, guys, I'm not gonna read this because we don't know the terminology in the middle. But what this tells me in DC stuff, you know how we used to get like episodes like an alert, a solo, a raid, or whatever. You know, they used to mix it up a little bit. This tells me that they used to get stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna skip to the part where I guess we are in these days. They said,
you see, but look what he's showing you guys, right? Based on the Star Trek stuff. Look what they're doing to that game, right? With the loot boxes and all this shit they're implementing to Star Trek Online that would help increase the monetization and all this shit. Pay attention how they're giving their feedback based on from that community. Which is funny because that community is going through same thing as what this game is going through now. This community, right? Same problems, same thing, the same guy creating the same problems. To increase the maximization of their optimization of this fantastic asset, this valuable fantastic asset, he will bring us millions of dollars, millions of dollars in our pocket because we will provide the best gaming experience there will ever be in this Daybreak. Fucking joke, bro. It's a fucking joke.
These are clever ways that Cryptic can make the most out of what they had in a confusing display of management. Emerson stopped all of these practices. So Emerson stopped all those practices of just adding new stuff that I guess would hurt the community who's been playing this for a long time, in my opinion. That's what I can get from this. And guys, I'm also balancing what people said on LinkedIn and in Reddit, because it's the community and the devs. It's what is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? But in its own way. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. We got one more. Increased monetization. Now check this out. As much as I'm bashing Emerson, and don't get me wrong, he is a problem. The real issue lies with Cryptic's leadership. They become addicted to cutting costs and increasing monetization, and have forgotten who their customer is. And that's Star Trek Online. It has a captive audience, people who play the game because they have in the past, so they can exploit them. On a new game like Magic Legends, they have actually attracted players, customers, and give them a worthwhile product. Instead, they give them exploitative monetization, and it failed miserably. So basically what that tells me, most definitely, is that we have a nice IP. We have DC Universe, and it's very active, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of the Supergirl movie did.
Yeah, I get so much of that activity active enough for people to spend money. This is a very strong IP. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the fact that they are saying in STO that they invested in other games, you know, in our case, they invested in shit like Poly Online. They tried to monetize that and failed miserably. I'm seeing the same thing happened in the past. It's going to happen again if you don't learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what I'm getting from this. You know what I'm saying? They have a strong IP. The community, whoever posted this said that, you know, they lack to understand that that's what's keeping people in the game. You know what I'm saying? So
They're definitely trying to raise profits on the IP they have, which is why I think this game will never really truly be scrapped. Now we have one more. We have Star Trek Online similarities to DCUO's IP. So check this out. Last thing. Cryptic needs to realize the only reason Star Trek Online has lasted as long as it has is because it carries the Star Trek IP. Exactly. Without it, this game would have died years ago. So Cryptic stepped up to respect the IP.
Which I agree. I could say the same for DCO. If this was not a DC related IP of a game, this game would have been shut down and long gone a long time ago, because of the amount of bullshit that they are pulling off with this game. The only reason why people like this game now is because of cosmetics, superheroes, Batman, Superman. I want to be just like them, blah, 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 blah. All this, cosmetic shit. That's the only reason why they're able to get away with what they could get away with, because it's the IP. And they're backed up by, not really officially Warner Brothers, unless Warner Brothers buy this game. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with Warner Brothers, but they're even thinking about selling their whole IP itself. Warner Brothers may be bankrupt for all I know. There's shit going on with Warner Brothers right now. I don't know the full detail. I got to get into it in the next video. But the point is, this is it. And this person that spoke on this, whoever this copied 1611, and he mentioned this 5 years ago, it's true. If Star Trek didn't have the IP of Star Trek, that game would have been washed up, done, deleted. It's a dead game. And that's the only reason why these games have players around, because it's related to their likings, their interests. What is DC Comics, Detective Comics, blah, blah, blah. It's related to the stories, the events based on the comic books. But again, we're talking about the devs today that don't see it as that. They see it as, what value can it get out of that game? Why we should keep this game up in order to keep this old of a retro game, because in my opinion, DCO is a retro game now, because it's been around for over 15 plus years, longer if anything. What can we do to keep this game alive without giving much fuck about it? And this is their method. This is their way of them making money. And then you guys wonder where all the money's going to. We're gonna get right to it in the mid-end of this video. I'm gonna showcase it so you guys can fully wake up and
one day we're gonna get an update we care about.
It is what it is, bruh. It is what it is, bruh. That's just how things are, man. Adapt to the meta, bruh. Adapt to the meta. It is what it is, bruh. You gotta adapt to the meta, bruh. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. You fucking simpleton, you generic acorn brain fried, brain down syndrome fucking moron. You fucking consuming fat. I'm out of fucking losing in this video, bro.
The only thing that's keeping your lights on. That's basically DC, y'all. That is basically DC in a nutshell.
Yep.
I don't know how to explain it, because in this game, it definitely did have a way and a method of being an MMO, with PvP and all those things involved. Definitely not having those things and us begging for it. And the devs, although they hear our complaints, aren't really moving as fast in that direction. Definitely tells me that old strategies is here now. I mean, it's a complete match. You know what I'm saying? Now look, I want to bring up the last executive producer. I want to compare and contrast the work. You know what I'm saying? And that's Landon Falls. He actually had an in-game name named Pandoris. Like, bro, it's in the producer letter. Like, this guy is a gamer. We look at the dev team, they don't even look like the gamers that we're used to. You know what I'm saying? We say that all the time.
You're right, because they're not gamers, man. They're not. That's what it is. They're not freaking gamers. You get what I'm saying? They're not gamers. These people are there as valuable assets to what they can bring to the table to make the company more rich, to make themselves rich, but company more rich. It's a man in suit operating type of company. Okay, keep that in mind. These are not real gamers. They don't play their game. Even they know this game is shit, which is why they're updating the way it is. They're treating it as such because they don't have real experience of games. They play like maybe Super Mario, some other bullshit, Nintendo Switch. Like, these are not real freaking gamers, bro. They're there to do a job, and to keep their job secure is by bringing valuable assets to the company. And what is that? Increasing monetization, increasing such as such. That's all it is. It's just a man in suit type of algorithm, type of a company, how they function, how they operate, and how they are releasing these updates, which feels half empty, half-assed,
lazy. The mouth movement doesn't even look good. This game's supposed to have been had Unreal Engine. But again, we're going to get into it in the mid-end of this video to where all that money's coming from. But if you guys want to check the rest of this video, go check out his video, Matt. I'll put the link description below. We got to move on to the next topic. We got to check out Star Trek online inside of the community now. Let's get right into it.
Friends, how are you doing today? Oh my gosh. Well, we've got a lot to talk about today, or at least something important to talk about. Scopely, please listen up. Star Trek Fleet Commanders players are furious, and we're furious for good reason. Scopely just dropped massive changes to Alliance tournament events, and instead of rewarding players' dedication, they've turned it into a blatant cash grab. Now, this isn't news. This is what they do.
Of course.
But in the state of the game today, where players are leaving in droves, seriously, Scopely, are you trying to kill the game? Alrighty, well, we're going to talk about some things. Today, I'm going to break down what changed, at least some of the major things we're going to talk about. There may be others. Why players are outraged, and what you can do to fight back. So first off, I'm going to put this screenshot up on the screen here. But it used to be that you could you could go in here and you could go to the event store, which is just something they've been doing for months and months and months. You know, a standard like, oh, play to win. Should they change that to pay to win? Yeah, that'd be more appropriate, Scopely. These choice rewards, you come in here, you grab a few of these, and you can complete the task. It was engaging, it's something players relied upon, something you could do. But if you look at this screenshot here, they've increased the cost. They've jacked it up from 2,200 up to 6,280.
Universe Online?
That's near triple the cost for the same 10,000 point reward. All right, now let's talk about Syndicate. Used to be you could come in here to like your daily claim if your Syndicate was high enough to complete this event. It was like 200,000 something. But now, look at this screenshot here, and it'll include information for both, I suppose. But depending upon your ops level, it's either gone up to 1 million points or 3 million points to complete the task. It's not just steep, this is predatory.
Oh, you can see that again, boss man, whoever you are. Grand Admiral Hunter, right? It sounds so familiar with the power arguments, the artifacts, and how you gotta level up everything. It just sounds the same, but in a different game. Isn't that funny? Look, the battle pass, the daily logins, and all that cute stuff that I had.
Oh my gosh. What are they thinking, y'all? What are they thinking? I'll tell you what they're thinking. They're thinking players are leaving. They don't have the big whales paying for their investors anymore. They've got to find a way to make money, and someone thought, well, while we're rebalancing it, because they just put out an announcement the other day about how let's rebalance things and for your ops level, yada yada yada. But all behind the scenes, I'm sure at Scopely HQ they're talking like, let's take this as an opportunity to get some more money out of the players. Well, I'll tell you what, players are outraged, Scopely.
It's funny because I guess if he's saying that, even though I've been saying this for years in our end of the side of the community, I guess he's an idiot too, huh, guys? I guess he doesn't know what he's talking about. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. It is what it is, though. You got to adapt to the meta, bro. You got to just respect the devs and appreciate the changes, and the game's still brown, you know? It is what it is. You got to adapt to the meta. Fucking
Alliance chats are filled with frustration. Longtime commanders are calling this the final straw. I've seen more players lately just leaving the game than ever before, and this isn't going to change that. So instead of rewarding loyalty, Scopely or Scope is pushing players toward their wallets, and many are walking away. This doesn't feel like just disappointment, it feels like betrayal. The community feels like Scopely is squeezing every last drop of cash, and it's driving people out of the game. So why does this matter? Well, Alliance tournaments, it used to be about teamwork, strategy, grinding together, working on tasks together. If you need to have someone in your alliance refresh some tasks, you could find the one you were looking for. There was teamwork involved. It's returned back to what they originally. It's going backwards, right? We're backpedaling, Scopely. We're going back to the original rendition where you had these tasks as pay only. I don't know what to tell you, but the shift here, it destroys the spirits of the event and it undermines the very community that keeps this game alive, Scopely. Knock it off. So, what can I recommend to you all? There's gonna be a short video today. I'm sorry you don't want more, maybe, but gosh, we just got to talk about these things. So, recommendations for players. Don't feed the system. Skip the pay-only task and don't reward bad behavior with your wallet. In fact, some of my in my Discord, Butter Pecan, he has told me that the VIPs are furious with Scopely too about this. Who thought in their right mind thought this was going to be a good idea, Scopely? Huh? You need to fire them and anyone that has that same kind of mentality. We as a players, this video is going to come across. If you're here this long and gone through my ranting already, then thank you.
Listen, and I agree. I agree. I've said this before. The people that are running the devs, like the people that are devs for DCO, that used to work for Star Trek at that, needs to be fired. I agree. They need to go. They only could. That's their job, is to scam. Just like these Indian people that pick up the phone, hello, durka, like all this dumb shit. Trying to scam people for their wallet. This is another method, another way of scamming your wallets. This is another way for them to do what they got to do to activate the dopamine in your brain for you to get triggered by spending money on the game when you see fancy shit on your screen. Like, oh, I want to look cool. I want to get this. I want to get that. And it becomes an addiction. It becomes like a gambling addiction. It becomes to the point where you're constantly wanting to buy. And that's what makes you into a fucking well. You become a brain dead fucking brain rot of a fucking brain down syndrome of a well. What about that? They're gonna make the game die for me. I'm gonna get that. Nah, you gotta be a fucking idiot. And the wells are the problem in the community. This is why I say the wells that are part of the communities like Star Trek and DC are the reason why the game is the way it is. There's a reason why these games are the way it is. But we're gonna get into more in depth where all the money's going to. Okay, I Am Mad kind of broke it down for you guys. You can check out his video separately in your own time, or just take what I have to say from my information. I don't give a fuck if you feel some type of way of what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, that's not how you play video games when it comes to getting on and just spending just to be good. That's just you accepting the fact that you're a lazy brain thinking fucking person. You don't want to accept the fact of the reality for what it is, and you don't want people to ruin your little fucking broken game because it's only pleasable to you, but for everybody else it's not. That's called selfish. It's just called being a fucking idiot. You're part of the problem of the community of why the games are shit today. You guys are the problem. Those who spend so much money, I'm not sorry for saying this shit. You are the fucking problem. That's why your game sucks dick. And then you wonder why everybody's quitting, and you wonder why people are quitting on games like this, DCO, and somehow the pattern repeats itself. Huh? Oh geez, golly, I wonder why.
I forgot to remind you, please remember to like and subscribe, because I try to come out with content that is helpful to the players, okay? And I do tend to stick up for the free-to-play, and maybe Scopely kind of discounts this information because of it. But this constant change of moving the goalpost, saying, you know what, we're not getting enough money out of you, so we need you to do more. We need you to pay more to play and do this game. People are fed up with it. They're really fed up with it. So skip those pay-only tasks. Make noise, okay? That's the second thing here. Flood the official Discord, Reddit, and forums with constructive feedback. Scopely needs to hear that this is not acceptable. Support each other. Focus on free-to-play strategies. Share those in the comment section down below. Share those on Discord. All the different things. Talk with your alliance about it. Try to maximize what you can without spending.
Funny how this guy's a content creator, and I've been saying the same thing I was saying in my other videos. Get together as a community. Stop the bullshit. If you guys want to make a fucking change on something, right? Get together. Start speaking more and give us PvP update. Give us survivor mode. Start speaking on things that matter, that will help you want that in the game in order to be having the game more enjoyable.
instead of the, oh, it is what it is mentality. Shut the fuck up. That's why they don't have a YouTube account. That's why they don't sit there and make videos like I do and this guy and other people, because they're fucking lazy. They just want to have an opinion and be heard based on getting gaslighted by people in fucking global chat and other fucking chats. Shut the fuck up. Anybody who say shit like that are usually stupid and fucking lazy thinking. They don't know how to fucking really accept things for what it is. They're just gonna agree to disagree and be like, it is what it is. Adapt to the matter, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro. Just shut your mouth.
This is going to be a little bit of a controversial issue. We talked about this on my Discord, but people, I saw a graphic that was sent to me on my Discord by someone of my good friends, Lloyd, that attends my regular live streams, but apparently there's a push for no spend in December. Guess what, Scopely? You're just pushing people more and more to not spend in December to send you a message. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe in December we just need to not spend and send a message to Scopely. Fix your,
I wish we could do that for DC, but you gotta understand, bud. Whales are the problem. They're not gonna listen to what you have to or what I have to say, because people like us are an enemy to them, to ruining the game that's broken for them, because their way of playing the game is spending money. If they can't spend money to get good, they're not going to play the game. That's just how it is. They're catering to the fucking whales that are fucking lazy and stupid, and they can't even fucking run content properly. They're fucking dumb, dude. You know, they're just stupid people. And stupid people are winning because they bring more money and value to the company's assets. Therefore, whatever their end game for that money, it's what I'm going to showcase here in a minute. But you know what I mean? You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. If this was like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, people will be coming more together and be like, yo, what the fuck is this? But you guys gotta understand, it's not the same community. It's not the same people. Even I don't play the game anymore, really. I get on here and there to say what's up. You know me, I just do my thing. But other than that, like, this is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
It is what it is, bruh. You gotta adapt to the meta, bruh.
Fucking idiots.
your mindset, or else. Maybe that's what we need to do. I won't tell you that's what I'm going to do. I'm leaning heavily towards it right now. Stuff like this just really, really upsets me. And it screws the players over.
That's why you're leaning towards
and
it,
if,
because it's just
and
not
if the
enjoyable game.
VIPs are upset on their VIP channel, as much as the free-to-play, you know this is a problem.
That's why I don't play much live service games, because it's just, they could just get up one day and just say, I'm going to change this, and they'll change everything within part of the core of the game, and that's it. And it's fucking ruined. Like, why would I get on a game that's not the same game that I once loved and enjoyed playing, when we got people like, it is what it is mentality, and fucking just adapt to it? Like, no, either quit or play a different game. There's millions of other games you can play that are far way more better than these two IP games combined, honestly. But it is what it is, right? Fucking idiots, man. Idiots.
You should have known it was a problem before you even, like, released this content. But we know they don't really look at their content very much. They just throw it out and hope it sticks to the wall, I suppose.
They don't play their game. Those devs don't play the Star Trek game. Our devs don't play the DC game. They don't play the game. It's probably the same devs that went from Star Trek to fucking DC, which is why there's a similar pattern to what you guys are seeing. Of course. Of course, dude. Of course.
Lastly, all I can say is vote with your time. If these changes make the game unplayable, step back. Scopely will notice when engagement drops. As a free-to-play, those are the main tools I think that we're going to have at our disposal. Their latest move is a cash grab, plain and simple. But the power is still in the players' hands. We are their customers, okay? Remember that. Whether you push back, adapt, or walk away, remember this: the community is stronger than any one event. Don't let this one event change your whole mindset on the game. Let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, and let's show Scopely that commanders will not be exploited.
Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 just confirmed huge new details from San Diego Comic-Con, right? Now, understand this, what I'm about to show you guys. This is one of Daybreak Games. You want to know where all your money's going to? All the money's going to a game like this, for example.
Fighting Elite 2 has been featured at the San Diego Comic-Con with the narrative designer and the art director giving IGN an exclusive interview about the game, which we all know is due to be released on August 25th, just a month away. In this video, I'm going over all the information
Which
that
this
we
looks
either
fucking
haven't
cool, I'm
heard
not gonna
yet
lie.
or not discussed in much detail so far. Sounds like loadouts are going to be a huge factor in the Horde mode, so hopefully we'll be able to maybe change our loadouts in-game. They confirmed that you can have a weapon loadout that could have fire damage, which is great against the xenomorphs, of course, but when the synthetics arrive, it won't do a good job against it. Won't do great damage. You won't really be able to stop them very well. So you got to change it up to, like, let's say,
This guy sounds like
electric
he's been chewing
damage.
tobacco for days.
So this will be a prepare a loadout for all enemy situations or find pickups on the field to deal with different types of enemies. They confirmed the 5 classes and the specialist class, which allows you to mix and match abilities into one class. So you can basically customize your own Marine to your own styles and tastes. We'll have the choice to be really creative, and the builds players are going to be coming up with is going to be crazy. The specialist class is available right away, and it's not just a unlock to end game thing. So you can basically just start playing around with your specialist right away, which is cool. With 4 players now able to play Alien Fireteam Elite 2, the devs confirmed that they still wanted to create a claustrophobic atmosphere, tight corridors, darkness. You don't quite know what's coming around the corner or which angles the aliens are coming from. That real tense atmosphere. A good point was mentioned about difficulty and enemy health. The devs said they basically confirmed that they don't want to just make tanky enemies. They want to make sure that the enemies are more dynamic. Enemy volume also a factor. Weapon customization is back. 3 slots just like the original game for you to use and choose the perks and abilities of your choice to fit those slots. An augment, trait, damage type. Players will be happy to hear.
we get the idea, right? This is where all your money's going to. Games like this, they're developing, they are making, they're going to release soon. Okay? It looks nice, it looks detailed, it looks like an actual fucking game. Like, whoa, Daybreak made this? Since they're known for being what? Yep, exactly. And then you guys are gonna still sit there praying to the Lord. One day we'll get a PvP update. One day we'll get survivor mode. One day we'll... Please, devs, please.
It is what it is, bro. You just gotta adapt to the meta. You just gotta adapt to the meta, bro. You just... It is what it is.
Another one of Daybreak games that they just released with this early access launch. This was like 2 months ago, but they just released it. So it's freshly new. This game is called Far Far West, okay? This is where your money's also going to. For all those wells and hoping and praying that you will get the update you want one day. One day you get it. Look at the graphics. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know, like, it looks like a fun game. 1 to 4 players. It gives that, kind of like that Violent Shock Borderland feel too. Far Far West out now. Jeez, I wonder where they get all this money in order to fund this type of game and the other game. I wonder where they get all these money from, huh? Oh, crazy how that works, right? But of course, you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. You know, people like that, again, need to shut the fuck up and understand that this is a pyramid scam. They scammed all of you to pay for a game that's already free at that. It's a free model game. It's supposed to be free to play with a bunch of restrictions, paid walls behind and all this shit, just so you could hope for an update to come out and expect these creator leagues, the circle jerk of a table, to make any difference at that moving forward? Nah, I don't think so. It's a business, and men in suit are involved, as is a men in suit company, and you people are too stupid to like not able to see it until the game gets shut down. You know, fortunately, I got to be like this today in this video because, you know, there's a lot of people that be like it is what it is mentality, and it's usually people who are fucking lazy slobs, never really accomplish real things in real life, so they just got to sit there and work with what they got type of mentality. We gotta work with what we got. We gotta work with what we got. It is what it is mentality. You know, no, we're a community. We're consumers, right? You know, we're the ones who they need us more than we need them. You know, it's our wallet, and here you guys are, who are whales, are funding these type of fucking garbage. You know, and you wonder why they are, you know, these games exist. Where are they pulling these games out of their ass when it comes to this company? Geez, I wonder, you know? But let's get right to the dev stream and, you know, how things works, you know, like when it comes to community. Because, like, at the same time, the community did speak out, this community today, even the OGs like myself were there, like, yo, release PvP update, release PvP update. Guess what? They fucking ignored it. They ignored the biggest thing that the community needs and want, PvP and survival mode. They somewhat ignore survival mode. What do I mean by that? All right, let's get right to it. Actually, before we get right into that, this is a point right here that I'm about to showcase when this live stream, when it came to the devs invasion, they call it. This happened about 2-3 days ago, and we waited almost 2 hours for them to pop up while trying to like communicate with them and give them feedback. Of course, the community manager, which we're about to see very soon in this video, likes to ignore most requests and comments and not really engaging with the community as a community manager. But as you guys can see, this lady took almost 2 hours to get to this server to spawn a bullshit open world boss. Look how quick and easy it is to kill it. It does barely have any mechanics. It just does the AoE and one-shots anybody rambling around the area. That's it. Like there's not much engaging. Everybody's just spamming from distance. There's not much moving. We're not using our weapons. Look, what am I getting hit by? Like, what the fuck is this? You know, like there's nothing going on. And then after you defeat the boss, then what you realize is you get like an item, an aura. I got an aura out of this event. And mind you, everybody's in this PvE phase. Nobody's PvPing, by the way, guys. On Superman statue. Funny how they chose this location. But we get a free aura, for a random free aura, for completing this event that we waited for almost 2 hours. So, like, never in my fucking life I've seen some shit like this before. And she'll come back 20 minutes later and give away a second aura. Because you know what, they are like, well, they did wait for almost 2 hours. Like, you was fucking up your whole setup and how to fucking like teleport to one location to the next one. You're the developer, you're part of the dev team, you should know the simple commands of knowing what you should do when it comes to this game. But of course they don't play their own game. All right, this is Discock Universe Cosmetic Online. This is what this game is all about. That is the end game. Raids are easy for a lot of reasons due to a lot of unbalancing issues. Pay to win. Now let me show you a real MMO that's just pay to sub, pay to play, and actually has real classes where there's no paywall behind other classes, and it is called Final Fantasy 14. Now let's compare to this bullshit ass open world versus Final Fantasy. What you're seeing here is 100 players plus on an open world, big world boss fighting for our lives to kill this damn thing so we could get the reward and achievement. And sometimes it's something like a mount, or depends on the world boss of what it drops. You can get our item. Who knows? You could sell stuff. You could make money out of this type of content. There's 100 player raid content. There's 40-man raid instance content. There's 24-man raid instant content. There's 8-player raids instant content. And there's 4 players raid instant content for PvE. PvE and the story lore on this game is phenomenal. There's a free trial if you guys are interested in trying to get away from that fucking game. At least play a game that makes sense and that's worth your money and time, where you can have fun and engage with the community more. Other than that, even PvP exists in this game. It's queuable. There's Frontlines Battlegrounds. There's 5v5 arenas, basically Crystal Conflict, and there's 24 versus 24 Rival Wings mobile PvP style. All the game modes, PvP, PvE, and there's like a gambling system in the game called the Goal Saucer. You can play mini games and like different type of shit, chocobo racing, all types of different things going on. There's events. There's lots of things to do in this game. Check it out. Final Fantasy 14 Online free trial. Trying to save your money and time and play an MMO that you've been looking for, something to engage with. Try this game out. It may not look as appealing at first, but when you play it, it's a different time, a different experience.
Where the devs actually listen to the community needs.
You're welcome. Now you got a better idea of what's going on. Hopefully you guys are more awake. I'm going to introduce my friend again named Gus and I to the recorded stream that we are watching, just to show more points on how this community manager / the devs function as a so-called company of a gaming community, and how they care about players' feedback and all this fucking bullshit. So I'm going to let Gus and I take the role from here.
Let's see from the very beginning of the stream going live what's said. Let's see here.
Yep.
All right. We're waiting for the chat to pop up. People to talk. 5 seconds. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gonna skip ahead to like 46 seconds. Superman, blah, blah, blah. We're live, baby. It's here. Somebody from Frankfurt. We lit. All right. A minute into this, we see pet DPS is broken. Where's hard light revamp? Cheers for Lobo. When is Meps back? Meps back when? Question mark. All right, Superman. All right, so if we skip to 8 minutes, let's go to 4 minutes before it starts. Fix PvP. LOL. Fix PvP. Again. Make the game about heroes versus villains. Again. Fix PvP. There's a throwback. Fix PvP. Let me see here. Okay, so we skip to 6 minutes. Let's pause it. Please buff water. It's so weak. And please keep PvP. Look at this douchebag. And please keep PvP dead. Also, make sure to never drop hardlight revamp. Y'all do the opposite of what we say, so there you go. So basically, I called him a douchebag. I take it back. So basically, he's saying nerf water, make PvP great again and bring life to it, and drop the hard light revamp. So fix PvP. I'm sure we all have awesome PvP ideas. I think an open world thing would be fire. Oh, Luca Well, fix PvP. Okay, yep. Earlier than him. All right, I don't know how to say this name. Elite PvP gear and PvP artifacts. Oh man, gasp! Is that people not in the PvP community asking for PvP? 8 minutes. You started talking. Bring back PvP? Question mark. You skip ahead to Red 5, lead designer. Designer of what?
Yeah, what do you
Cardboard
design?
systems designer.
How to fix
Systems designer. So are you responsible for like things like Omega not working? I'm confused. That's a system, right? Maybe it's like the PvP system in the game, the combat system in the game, or is it just styles, cosmetics, and make sure they glow and flash and sparkles pop everywhere? Your name is Cardboard.
Ooh.
That's an interesting username. You know, people on DC like one-word names. His name is Cardboard. So like,
the Cardboard.
Who are you, man? Like, introduce yourself to us, dog. But we know who Red 5 is. I remember him making an introduction years ago. I don't know what he's done since he introduced himself, but anyway. Okay, look. In a foreign language. PvP revamp. PvP revamp. I believe that's them trying to say revamp. Yeah. Revamp. Yeah, that's PvP revamp. Oh man, that's crazy. Bring back Meps, because I guess Volterra is not doing that good of a job. Let's go to 14 minutes in. Oh my god, it's Styles, everyone. We want PvP. We want PvP. Elemental. He was in my stream the other day. We want PvP. Let's see here. PvP revamp. Fix PvP. Free LV. That's hilarious. We will PvP. Okay. PvP revamp. If y'all want to PvP, just queue for it. They aren't going to mess with it with a part of the game that no one plays. People don't play it because it's unplayable. That's why it needs to be fixed. Duh. 16 minutes in. Oh, it's the Supergirl wings. Fix PvP revamp. Fix PvP. We will PvP. Same people. Same shit. Chat didn't move. Red Tornado skin. Oh man, that's great. Oh shit. They said no hardlight updates yet. Still working on it. We need duo content. Sick of solos. W Red Tornado. I mean, if you're a style person for the game, you're winning right now. 22 minutes in. Lobo shit. Fix PvP again. Deckstar. Alfred Base Buddy. Sure. Okay. League Hall decorations.
And mind you, these devs are watching the chat. They're watching the chat. They're not
Here,
replying to the
here
requests
we,
of people
here we go.
asking.
Yep, here we go. Survival mode, please. Fix PvP. Hashtag free test server. I know that's right. All right, cool. Let's get to the segment where he shows the Lobo stuff, right? And people lost their minds at how bad this was when the space dolphins popped up. Okay, I'll hit play on this and let them talk. New PvP artifacts, augments, and new arenas and 502 gear. Because we know who said that. Oh man, like why 502 is interesting, but I guess hey, it's like to match the PvE gear, I guess, right? We all know who said that. They're not wrong about asking for that. They're not wrong about asking for that, right? You know what I'm saying? Before this, didn't they announce Hardlight revamp last year? Yep, they're not doing what they said they were gonna do. We need survival mode back. Yep. Players want stuff. Are you listening? No, you're too busy showing off Lobo powers that nobody wanted. This community begged and pleaded for Superman powers that weren't in the base iconic set, and y'all did Lobo because the Supergirl movie that bombed came out. I mean, he was the best part of the movie. Shout out to Jason Momoa, but really? So 29 seconds, Cable. What's here? We need PvP. Pet DPS isn't functioning as intended. My damage was higher 3 years ago. Oh look, for those that like Pet DPS, you can't play that. It's broken. Like Omega. We need base Green Lantern. Oh, okay. This is somebody asking for like lore stuff. I ain't gonna shit on them. That's just you being a DC comics fan. We need Plastic Man powers. I would actually fuck with that if we were tank powers, but that's not the point. All right. So then he gets into the you got FOMO, so we're bringing this back as long as you log in for 8 weeks and do this stuff. Here's all the things that you need, but you can only pick one. Because what? Why? Like why? Why only one? Why is it only one?
Yeah.
Like I have all of these except for Spore Pod, and you can only choose one, and you can't choose what you already have. So it's automatically going to be Spore Pod or 51,000 whatevers. I feel bad for people who haven't played because they need all this shit. You need both the rings. You really do need and should want the Omega orbital supply drop. I don't understand any of that. But as we go and we take ourselves to the chat, it seems like the PvP stuff died down. Probably because they banned people out the chat like they always do. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit because this is FOMO stuff. Make sure you log in and you do your FOMO. Argus Ops, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Yep. Wait for it. Now here's the best part, right? Here's the best part about it. When he was done, she addressed the chat. Here's the best part.
North America, and then we'll head over to PSPC Europe. So yeah, let's see.
She's reading the chat.
Okay, Aaron, how you doing?
I am trying to get to.
She couldn't get her shit to work.
And
all right, what about PvP? Wind powers, nerf pages, nerf water, survival mode, fix Omega. Omega doesn't work. Fix it, devs. I paid for it. Hard light rework, please. I'm sorry. No, this is a moderator. It's still being worked on. Okay, cool. Let's go back to this.
Pretty much it for updates that I have. Another thing that's happened recently is that we've relaunched our forum. So for anybody that used to participate heavily on the DCUO forums, we have a new version. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out,
where people can still get their posts deleted. Sure.
Give us all of your feedback. So the forums is
yeah,
great
fix
place
PvP.
for you to share any issues that you might be having.
Fix the game. That's our feedback.
Experiencing a bug that is the first
I don't know if I should attempt to get on the forums again and try that. I don't know if I have the temperament for it, but I digress.
But what's the point when she's not even really respond to the chat? She's only select few.
No pun intended, right?
You can also check out our events section that's going to tell you the most current events and codes that things. So I think
let's go to auto scroll.
Everything.
All right.
I see
Okay.
someone yelling
all right. So she sees someone yelling Constantine. All right. Let's look in the chat. She saw someone yelling Constantine. I see elite PvP gear, please. I also see survival mode vendor. I also see please server unlimited. I don't know if they're asking for like unlimited servers or whatever. I see fire revamp. Let's see, because this is delayed. This is delayed, so she saw Constantine, right? I see survival mode. Survival mode. Volterra, please. Constantine base item and Celestial rework, please. I see survival mode. I see nerf pages, nerf water. I see new sidekick system. I see survival mode, survival mode. I see elite PvP gear. I see, like, what did she say someone said? Someone said what?
In chat, which that doesn't.
What did she say that she saw?
So I think I
Hold on, let's
covered
listen.
everything. I see someone yelling
Constantine. That was what down here? I don't know if I'm tripping. That was what down here somewhere? Constantine. So
Yeah, it
you
was-
saw
yeah.
Constantine. You didn't see survival mode, unclamped, please, nerf pages. You didn't see nerf water. You didn't see survival mode. You didn't see elite PvP gear. You didn't see anything on PvP, survival mode. You didn't see forums don't work, but you just said they're new when they launched. You didn't see fixed PvP and release survival mode. You didn't see will survival mode events still be possible. You didn't see survival mode and hard elite plus. You didn't see sidekick prototype. You didn't see no PvP question mark. You didn't see survival mode question mark. You didn't see survival mode where survival mode. You didn't see not doing anything for PvP. You didn't see survival mode. You didn't see please bring back survival mode. We miss it. You didn't see unclamped drops for private mode. You didn't see survival mode. You didn't see buff water's hilarious. You didn't see fixed RIP PvP. You didn't see any of that. You saw Constantine. All the way down here. You didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
You saw this. Right.
And you got glasses on. Come on now. You need to tell me you didn't see anything what people been requesting with the feedback that you telling people to go to the forums and post their
Here we go.
feedback.
Here's one that's been pissing me off. You didn't see Rip Hunter and the Save the Universe shit that's not in the game. You didn't elite PvP gear. You didn't see. You're not seeing any of this, right? You see, community manager. You're not seeing this.
about that.
Shh. Let's listen.
Big player request. So yeah, how are you doing over there, Aaron? Are we ready to start doing some dev invasions?
I am ready.
Are you sure, Aaron?
Okay.
Are you sure? You didn't see update PvP. You didn't see survival mode. You didn't see removing clamps. You didn't see drop elite PvP gear and PvP arts. You're not seeing any of this on your screen, community manager. I'm not gonna talk about what you look like, what you're wearing, and none of that. I don't do that. Other people can do that. That are associates of mine. Survival mode to go. You're not seeing any of this, right? You're not seeing Nerf Water. You're not seeing Rip Hunter just in House of Legends, which is basically asking for Save the Universe content. You're not seeing this, right? You're not seeing this. No?
I am heading to
Remove stats revamp. No more account bound, please. Fix PvP.
The fuck?
Plans to fix game chat.
it does.
Drop PvP arts. Wait, hold on. Let's listen. Wait. Let's listen. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Crazy.
So we actually just
Hold on. Wait. She said something. Wait. Shh.
Does it?
So while you're getting over there, I'll go over some more stuff. I see that somebody mentioned the sidekick.
So you saw a sidekick system, which is like popping up every so often here, and I think like down here or whatever, right here. You don't see PvP arts and gear. You don't see hard light. You don't see prep coming back. You don't see hard light. You don't see fixed PvP. You don't see nature revamp. You don't see fixed PvP. You don't see I guess a cosmetic. You don't see no more account bound. You don't see PvP. You don't see any of it. So you cherry pick with your eyes, right? You have selective vision. That's what you see. You see what you want to see, right?
So we actually just put out a producer's letter.
Oh, PvP gear.
So I definitely
PvP.
suggest heading over to
Survival.
the
PvP.
website to catch up on the most recent producer's letter, what's coming, what we've already worked on.
PvP will not be fixed. Everyone, please stop. Shut up.
It's a very good read. Definitely go check that out.
Hold on, wait. Look, nervous.
There we go. Okay,
It's
time.
I'm not the right.
The other developer is still not ready to do a dev invasion. She can't teleport herself to where all the players are in the server with one keystroke or a couple of keystrokes and a left click or a right click like Meps used to. She can't just spawn herself somewhere. She's still not ready. All she has to do is teleport there. Type it in the game's code and teleport there. She's still not ready. Still not ready. So while she's not ready, let's ignore Devin. Let's ignore Wind Powers. Let's ignore Fix Omega. Let's ignore Elite PvP gear and arts, please. Let's ignore this. Fix Omega. Let's ignore it. What else are you gonna do to fill the time?
That's okay.
Next to me.
We can still pan over to Aaron.
In front of a safe house.
Gold
Ranger.
You're not even there yet.
Correct, Aaron? Okay,
Yes, we're on.
And you're on Xbox. Shout out to Xbox. Elite PvP.
That's something I want to do. It is. Let's see.
Hope you're not a villain because you're standing next to the bodyguards.
No, I would have been needed.
How does she have the job if she don't know what she's doing?
Alright,
That's what blows my
nice and
mind.
wide open.
How do you work on a company that you don't know what the fuck you're doing? Which just shows how she's like this versus times 10 of how many devs think and acts like this.
So
throughout the whole
I
team.
know. Right? So while this dev flies to the location for the dev invasion, right? And I guess does the dev invasion thing. Let's go back. Hold on.
It was happening.
Let's take it back to Volterra in the studio while the devs do the dev invasion. Wah wah wah.
We have a fun code for you, and then Aaron's gonna hop
Let's take it back to Volterra. Hold on, wait. Here.
First, thank you so much, Aaron.
Here we go.
Thank you so
Closing
much
statements.
For, hosting the dev invasion today. So as I mentioned before, Aaron's going to be hopping through all the different phases. First, we're doing Xbox, and then we're doing Switch, and then after that, we will be doing.
So while that happened, and she saw that, what is with PvP updates? Fuse the servers. Someone said don't merge the servers. Someone said merge the servers. Let's see here. Let's go back a little bit during all that dev invasion stuff. Merge EU and US. Gender change tokens. Talk about PvP. Buff Sunstone Helix and Fixel Mega Beams. Let's see here. Let's catch up. Never merge LFG chat. PvP need to fix. Please, like old school, a lot of people asking. No, you know how much that this post in the chat hurts me? PvP need to fix, please, like old school. A lot of people asking. That's a player that plays the game that knows a lot of people want PvP to be updated. Y'all don't want to do anything. Yep. Again, 46 minutes and 13 seconds into a 48-minute and 32-second stream. What's the closing statements? What's she going to address?
CPS, North America and EU. We're doing those last just because there was a PlayStation server outage today. So we want to buy as much time before we head there. So please sit tight. We'll be making our way through. And I just also want to thank you for joining us today and checking out like a few things that we have. There's still more coming, but yeah, these are the things that we're excited about that are coming in the very near future. So stay tuned and. Oh,
okay. Well, while she's busy ignoring everyone, when do we get PvP updates? Question mark. I mean, look. Haha. Dev struggling to understand why she can't warp. Quick, change to Volterra. Yeah. You're a developer on the game and you don't even know how to do the basic command and controls in the game. Part of being a developer on a game is knowing what to do in the game as a developer. I understand if you came to the game, you didn't know anything and you had to learn. You should be learning this on your free time outside of work to be good at work. I digress.
Signs of how many devs I think that has that same mentality.
Before we go, we have some goodies to give you. So if you
yes, claim the code Super Summer for $8 sand. Yeah.
By 11:59 p.m.
$8 sand, everyone.
July 27th, you will be able to get
$8 sand. 8. So mind you, I want anyone that sees this to know. The last time anything in the seasonal Tides of War vendor cost less than 10 marks was 2021. They don't even want to give you enough currency to buy one base item towards a feat from the last 4 years. You're only good enough for them to give you enough currency to buy something from 6 years ago. Or I'm sorry, 5 years ago. You're not even worth 10 sand dollars to buy something from this year's seasonal. You got to go buy a lawnmower or some shit from 5 years ago. They don't want to give you 20, 30, maybe even a 50 pack for showing up on the stream and being here and give you 24 hours to claim the code for 50 sand dollars to help you maybe get 2 feats or get 8 feet out of the seasonal, right? To help you progress your character. They gave you 8 sand dollars. 8 and 1 flawless nymph medal. 1,000 nymph medal XP that you already get daily when you log in and do 3 missions. You don't mean anything to them. Hey, thanks for funding our game and keeping our lights on and keeping us employed. Here's change out of my pocket with lint. That's what you're worth, by the way. Meanwhile, in the chat, elite PvP gear. Please add feats. Like, okay.
Go in the forums, guys. Go in the forums, and we'll have your feedback. We'll read your feedback. Yeah. We have the developers of DCUO online.
Alright.
We care about our players. We care about you guys. Here's $8 sand and 1 flawless nymph medal. Yeah, put in the code Super Summer.
Is not here today, so make sure to send your love in
Fix
chat.
PvP in bold in caps.
Very happy
Yeah, PvP revamp and survival mode.
Like I said earlier,
PvP never getting fixed. Laughing emoji. Pathetic.
afterwards. Before we start, I did want to mention that we're aware that there's an outage right now for PlayStation in Discord. A few people.
I don't personally attack people's looks or anything, and I never will. I ain't the type of person, unless you're a scumbag of the earth. But as far as your work, Volterra, I say this with the utmost respect that I can as a content creator. You are a horrible community manager for blatantly ignoring 2/3 of your chat. On the very far right side of the screen, about roughly almost 10 minutes ago, because it's paused at 12 minutes and 47 seconds. At 12 minutes and 31 seconds, someone said PvP revamp, we need PvP from the past. 3 minutes before that, yeah, PvP revamp and survival mode. Literally, the very moment in time that you're talking about whatever you're talking about, at this exact timestamp of 12 minutes and 47 seconds, someone typed survival mode please with a smiley face. You're being asked, you're being begged, not just Volterra, this entire dev team, for PvP to get any attention that's good, and for survival mode to be put in the game, and for the survival mode vendor to come back and be a permanent thing. Just bring back all of the survival modes, keep them in the game permanently, and make them rotate every 2 weeks. Just buff the toughness on PvP gear, so that and make it ignore artifacts. Buff 35%ers. Like, your fixes don't even consist of you bringing the servers down for fucking days or months or years and fixing shit. It's something that you go in the code and you do. It's possible. This dev team, not this dev team, but the devs or the past devs have already shown us before that it could be done. But you blatantly just ignored. You saw Constantine and you saw something else in the chat and you skipped over 20-30 people begging for PvP and stats revamp, and you fix Omega and all this other stuff, and they're not even being disrespectful in the chat box when they ask. They're not popping in the chat box saying F you, F that, F this, give us this, you effers. They're asking, dude. They're asking. Yeah, they're like, dude. So this is so embarrassing.
Were expressing concern that they might miss the dev invasion. So,
but you can show us styles no one asked for that nobody cares for. You can show us cosmetics that maybe a small, tiny minority asked for, and then when you show them off, people think, are those PvP rewards? Which would be the smart thing to do, right? You get added, like your moderators in chat are getting added. How about PvP? Like, all of this would be cool if instead of it being in the vendor for Aftershock, they were PvP awards in arenas. You know how many people would grind in arenas to get multiple drops of the flaming wings? You don't even want to do that.
So pay. Pay for our wallets. Thank you.
Meanwhile,
thank you for playing.
Final Fantasy Online, the same day that this is being recorded, fucking July 26, 2026, in Berlin, in Germany, is having a PvP tournament officially backed by the game, Final Fantasy Online. There are clans and or players competing in 5v5 tournaments on a game that came out at the same time as DC Universe Online and actually failed where DC Universe Online didn't initially. And y'all don't see any value, any money to be made out of PvP? Nothing? You don't want to give players the opportunity to grind some shit when they're done doing PvE content? It's just like what a single chip says here. Monetize, right here in the chat. Monetize. That's all you care. Make that money. Monetize. Never mind about PvP rewards or PvP getting attention or Omega Totality being fixed or anything that players paid for getting fixed and working as intended because they bought it. Just monetize. We got your Supergirl Rage wings, and we got your Red Tornado skin sets, and we got your chromas, and we got your Supergirl emblems, and we got your Lobo styles and your Lobo iconic flashy power sets, but we don't got anything for PvP. We don't got anything for survival mode, for endgame DPS, and for endgame fucking PvE players. Nothing. Not a single thing, bro. Just monetize. Right here, Nightmares of Panic. Please, we need a PvP update. This person, Martian King, bring back Meps, because Meps would have said something. He would have said something. Even if it would have been, we have no plans for PvP at this point. Meps would have looked in the camera and said, we're not working on that right now. Y'all can't even do that. You just act like crazy. Anyway. Yeah, man, that's 28 minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
Monetize. Go ahead, God, man. This is your video, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you guys can see in this video so far, is that like the devs here, like everybody's been trying to give their feedback to them for a while now, and these are the same devs that be like, yeah, man, we're trying to fix this, we're trying to fix that, all these false promises, and this is what you guys are getting: more styles, more cosmetic, more cosmetic, more cosmetic, more styles, more rinse repeat content, more of everything you want, styles, instead of the actual fucking gameplay. It just blows my mind how some of the people that don't see that of what they're doing or don't do research just blows my mind to this day. And you got these fucking wells that sits on the fucking game and be like, yay, boy, cosmetic styles. I can't wait to get more. I want more cosmetics. I can't wait to look like little boy Superman, finally. It's like you're fucking dense, bro. And like I said, the wells that are part of the community are the problem to why things are the way they are. And they're going to keep releasing the shit, which is lazy work. They don't fix the game. More broken shit has been appearing. More glitches. PvP is unplayable. Fuck, the whole game's unplayable. It's unbalanced. In order to be up to par with people, you need to buy what they are providing to be up to par with people. But that's the gist of that. That's what you're gonna get. This is how the devs are. These are the people that you're giving your money to the games that I've showed you guys previously in the clip, where that's where all the money is going to the games that they're developing. They're not fixing the main core of the problems. They don't give a fuck about your opinions fully. They don't fucking care unless the community gets together to stand against these cricket wannabe fucking men in suit that are in power when it comes to these type of companies. Like I said, it's run by a third-party company of banking, and it's run by men in suits, or should I say, the function of it. And these people, they don't even know how to fucking what? They don't even know how to like instantly teleport to the location they're supposed to be in. Like, these are the people that are supposed to help develop and fix the fucking game, but they don't even know how to use the commands, simple A to Z commands of knowing how to fucking go into certain locations as a developer with their so-called character. They don't play their games. They don't care. They're just there doing their job, being told what the fuck to do by the higher-ups that are known for monetizing and creating wealth for the company. It's all about wealth gains, not about you, me, or anybody that's watching the shit that still play this game, that's part of the gaming community. It's more of, this is what it is. And now you're seeing it for what it is. You're going to still have these people be like, it is what it is. Adapt to the meta. Adapt to the meta. It is what it is. No, don't listen to those people. They're fucking stupid. They're part of the problem. They're the reason why they don't want this shit to go or be fixed, because they want their broken game to feel like they're powerful. They want to feel like they're able to one-shot and be on par on a DPS board, blah, 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 blah. I'm better than you, and I have more styles. And no, don't listen to those fucking idiots. Those are the people that are praying for your downfall. Honestly, they're the same people that don't want their game to be fixed. They don't want to feel like the need to PvP to prove a point. They don't want to, because they're not good at a game that they've been playing for all these years. Now the game's unplayable, broken. All of a sudden, it only caters to those who like few versus the mass majority that are asking for survival mode and fucking PvP. Yeah, we know who's miserable when it comes to that point, right? Fuck out of here. Well, that's all I'm gonna say in this clip, man. You guys see it for what it is. I think it's time for the community to really fully get together and start speaking real shit. And that's survival mode and PvP. Shit, I even said survival mode first, guess tonight. Survival mode and PvP.
I mean,
we need those two big updates to the game.
Give the PvE something that'll last a while, and give everybody else something that they can do when they don't want to pay to win and rush and buy replay badges. There's feats in PvP, and y'all act like that shit doesn't exist. But instead,
hundreds of millions of dollars that you guys gathered over the years, and you can't fucking come up with these updates, but you got time to release this knockoff fucking, well, it's not a knockoff, but this knockoff style of a Superman.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like, what material is that shit? Was that crack putty?
Yeah, right.
Fiberglass? What, is this fucking church cathedral window glass material? Superman? Who wanted this shit?
Who asked for this? Like, who? And these are the people like, oh, welcome, go check out our new style forums. Like, they want us to appreciate they recreated a new forums rather than like, come on, bro.
I'm at the point as PvP continuously gets typed in the corner as Chalk again. We ask about PvP, elite PvP gear. I'm asking about PvP. Cosmetics come last. We need cosmetics come last. We need PvP and content. But dude, it's like your community members, your everyday normie casuals want PvP, and y'all are ignoring them. You're shoving this in their face. Buy our capsules, buy our booster bundles, buy this, get this. Nobody cares. Nobody wants this. At this point in the game, I have more respect for the base crafting game people on this game than I do any of the style people, and I don't mind making styles for my character in the game. I don't. When the game is good.
The game is ass. It's bad. The game is poorly managed. Nobody wants this. We didn't ask for it. We don't want it. Stop being like Sony. Stop making and giving us stuff we didn't ask for. At right now, PvP question mark. It's like it's being asked for in the chat. Server merge, survival mode, bring back Fortress of Solitude survival mode, fix PvP. Like it's in the chat. You always have one person no one cares about PvP. The only reason why you don't care about it is because you suck at it, while everyone else is asking for it. Now talk about fixing PvP. This isn't the same people typing it. It'll be different people in the chat typing it. Out of the 1,000 people you had watching this stream live, dude. There's no reason for you not to do it. All of this other stuff is cool, but no one asked for it. I don't care about a booster bundle. Do sales of the booster bundle fund PvPs being fixed? Then I'll buy 30 of them. What's the booster bundle for? Proceeds from the booster bundle go towards the PvP strike team, fixing PvP to make it playable for you tomorrow. Okay, I'll take 80 booster bundles. Thank you. No, you don't even tell us what it's for. I don't care. I don't want to look like stained glass window from fucking church. I don't want to look like Lobo. I don't care. I don't care about any of this. I didn't ask for this. I don't care about it. I don't want it. I don't want to stand around an open world location for an hour and a half for you to spawn 3 enemies at 400 times my combat rating, and then I kill it and you give me a pink fart aura. I don't want that. I don't want it. I want you to do like an in-game live event that launches into a PvP DLC that has a PvE raid in it for PvEers. That's what I want. But you keep giving us stuff we don't ask for, and the problem is there's a portion of this community that are sitting there salivating. Yes, oh my God, Lobo, yay! Lobo's got the green. He's got the lime green on. Like no one cares.
Oh my God! I want to sit and look at me and do nothing on my styles and show it off to my friends.
The only people in this community that I have ever respected were DPS, were fucking, excuse my language, were DPS comp players that were high-end game PvEers, PvPers, and the people that do base crafting in this game. Because it takes skill to make bases look unique. And the base crafting community, via a Chica making her announcement, was pissed when you guys raised the currency on base items from seasonals. You did it on purpose so that they would be forced to buy currency from the marketplace. So they stopped making videos and making content. DC Universe Online is 90% cosmetics, 10% gameplay. This game is PlayStation Home with the DC IP slapped over it. I don't want to stand around and act like Superman and look like him. I want to whoop people's butts in arenas with his powers. That's what I want. I don't want to look like him and stand around and do nothing. I don't want to use Lobo's air quote powers and it does nothing but look cool. You popped a buff and it put money around the enemy and dollar signs. What? I don't want that. Where's my PvP tournaments? Where's my Friday Night Legends? Where's all that? I don't give a... anyway, listen. Get your shit together, man. Otherwise, this time next year, not even this time next year, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, if it drops with online on release or anywhere near by the end of the year, it'll be funny to see how many people are logging in to play this game. The only reason why you guys did the Argus special ops thing for people who were FOMO'd out of old stuff is because it'll force people to log in on this game during the holiday season. When games like GTA 6 come out, they'll still be forced to at least log in once a week to play the game. So you'll still be able to sit there and say people still play the game because they logged in, like you do with the daily Dr. Fate BS rewards, and you do with your events for people that don't want to buy it out immediately. You do those scumbag tactics to force players to sign in so you can read off of a fucking Excel spreadsheet or some bullshit of it saying such and such players logged in today, so you can lie to freaking news outlets or gaming news outlets like IGN and say we still have thousands of players playing our game, when all they're doing is logging in to collect a reward that if they don't log in to do whatever to get their reward, it will burn and it will hurt them in the long run if they don't get it. You guys are doing just enough to get by, and it's 40% the community's fault, 60% the devs' fault, because the community A lot of people in it knew that the dev team was doing this and they still went along with it. But it's always going to be more the developers' fault because you guys know what you aren't working on. You know what needs to be addressed. You know this already. And you guys aren't working on it. You guys have done nothing to show that you're working on it. You've done nothing to tease that there might be something coming for it. You don't care. Your systems designer, your lead designer, your creative director of stuff on the game, and we don't even know what department you work over. Back in the day, when people would get announced and get shown on stream, it was their title and what group or what subgroup of the dev team and what they worked on. Like when Oceans was a dev on this game, it said she was a part of the art and style team. Y'all are just systems designer, lead systems designer, community manager. We don't even know what you're community manager of. Are you community manager of player relations? Are you senior community manager of everything? Are you Are you the systems designer of how power sets and iconics work and interactions work in the game? Are you systems designer on aesthetical appearance of the game and the systems that work, like the augment thing and loading XP up and the bar filling up? What do you do? You're lead designer. What are you lead designer of? How DLC locations look and how you just keep taking old map locations and reskinning them? What do you do in your role? Because as a community manager, you're not a good one, Volterra. As a lead designer, I don't know what you work on, Red 5. And as a systems designer, I don't know what systems in place are working in the build of the game that I'm playing, to where I know that there's probably something wrong if I get one shot or whatever by playing the game. So I don't know what you actively do. How about you make a live stream where you explain in detail what you do for the game to the player base? How about you do that? But no, y'all don't even want to do that. How about you teach players in the tutorial how to lunge, block, and block break again? How about you do that? You guys don't even want to make raids with difficult mechanics like figuring out a puzzle for the Darkest Night or the Batman Who Laughs, or figuring out how to collect nymph metal and drag it across the map to this little thing we have to deposit it for whatever. You're dumbing down the PvE content. You're literally turning this into a free-to-play passive game. And it's not supposed to be one. That's not the foundation of the game.
It's not even an
this
MMO.
game,
No,
I've been
it's not even
saying this
MMO.
since I got back. This game is an action game with MMO qualities. It's not an MMO. Real MMOs have robust PvP scenes that are competitive. Real MMOs have people on it 24/7 doing something completely different, and everyone's not doing the same thing over and over again. DC Universe Online is not an MMORPG. It is an action game with MMORPG qualities added to it. That's all I gotta say.
Same here, bro. Same here. That's all I gotta say myself in this clip. But yeah, this is the game today, and this is what they did to Star Trek. Very similar problems. Very commonly similar problems. Honestly, it's just very similar to this whole wealth mentality of building wealth. Their wealth it has nothing to do with us. We're the consumers who are. It's optional for them to pay what you want to get in this game, but it's not benefiting your playtime, and it's not benefiting anybody within the community but their wallets. Because hey, we got people in the fucking community yesterday. It is what it is. Just adapt to the meta. Just find a reason to play the game. Just adapt to it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying, bro?
And when you
just most laziest slop.
And when you don't want to adapt to the meta, when you don't want to spend money and buy the artifacts you need to adapt to the meta and be the support role when you fight people in PvP or whatever, when you don't want to buy everything out to be a dog shit battle tank that can't pull aggro in Love and War Elite Plus EOX, when you don't want to do all these things, it's 3 or 4 or 5 of the same responses. Well, if you're not going to be playing, you're not going to be a contender in the ring, and you're out of it, shut up. Well, if you don't like it, just move on. Why do you have to talk about it? If you're just broke and can't afford to level up your stuff, just say that. All copium excuses and all copium responses. The community, some of the people in the community, as we can see in the chat, know what they want and they know why they want it. Those of you that say PV nobody even wants it fixed, you need to shut up and you need to leave the community, because you don't know the potential that this game has and how it's being squandered for you to even appreciate having like what you have in the first place. This game has boundless potential to be one of the best live service games ever made if the development teams made some fucking sacrifices to create some things that will get them the return they want in the long run. But this game is squandered by people not wanting to let go of things, so a newer version of the game can be made, where this thing is squandered and ruined because of whales that don't want to control their spending so that the community can get something that they want, because it's all about them having something over somebody else. because in game they feel like they matter, but IRL they don't mean shit. They're worthless.
And that's about it, guys. That's all we got to say. You know, spread the word, let the community join together, and let's fight this. Let's fight these off these corrupt wannabe wing. I say wingman, wannabe fucking man in suit in power of this type of what we're witnessing. Like let's come together and actually speak on this because the forum post ain't gonna work. They're gonna delete your post just like they're deleting people's shit in the chat. You know, she's the community manager. She's wearing fucking big fucking glasses. And you gonna tell me you ignored all that still? Yeah, I know you have eye problems, sweetheart, but still, like it's just a bunch of shenanigan bullshit. It's just, like I said in my earlier video, Gus and I, this is a way to trigger the dopamine to get people to spend money. When they see a lot of fancy shit popping off the screen, that's a tactic that they pull off for them to trigger the brain to start getting them to start buying, even if they don't need it. They're gonna buy it anyways. They're gonna think it's a necessity, everything they release. You get what I'm saying? And that's the scam they're getting them right there, which is not always the case. You get what I'm saying? But now they're fucking you guys over with the powers being locked out in a way where now they're the power hybrids to this, to that. Everything is limited power, and you get it in a limited time, and that's it. You can't get in the game unless we bring it back as devs. It's a bunch of bullshit. No MMO, which is not an MMO. No MMO has ever fucking done that. They release the power set / class. You buy the token, which costs $10, which costs a lot cheaper than you're spending for a fucking power argument. Just saying, just to level it up and everything. You're spending way more when the power itself should be able to do is enough damage. Like it doesn't like a lot of things that they're going with this route just doesn't fucking make sense. It's going backwards with the updates. It just doesn't. It's just stupid. And the well, just like the wells, fucking stupid. And the wells are just gonna keep giving them money because it's just gonna satisfy their dopamine, their ego, and they're gonna make it feel like there's something special on a fucking game that's a low player base count at that. But think about it. This game has a low player base count on the day login, and somehow they're still making some revenue to over hundreds of millions, even though they lost revenue within a year. They lost over 100 mil or more, if I stand correct, right? I guess. Other than that, it's like how the fuck they're making so much money still, and they cannot provide these type of updates like PvP and survival. How the fuck they still haven't fixed the game's power scaling stuff? And they mentioned about power highlight fucking a year ago or so, and they still haven't done that. But water still has been worked on, yet broken and not balanced. But you know what? Since it's a broken power, and I know people are desperate, here, let's release power arguments with power and fire together. So now you feel like you are more important on a fucking raid that's still easy to beat. You can still beat the raid without the power arguments, and now you need that to still beat the raids? What the fuck are we doing here, bro? Who's asking for these things? Who are they listening to? Who are these devs? This fucking lady over here can't even fucking instant teleport. She can't even figure shit. Most of the shit she's doing. That's why the stream and stuff took that long. That's why it took that long for her to pop up in a Superman statue. Funny how they all popped up in a Superman statue, right? That was our place where we do our wars and everything. Funny how they chose that spot of any other spots in the fucking location of the game. Funny how they released a Lobo power set, but the chains look like the character I did for Kuroki on the Watch Out trailer. How he threw the chain is very similar with a blood effect to it. Funny how they caught that idea from somewhere, huh? Funny, but they don't want to give credits to the fucking community. But like, hey, you know what? Who gives a fuck about the community? It's what we're gonna do for you guys, because we say what goes. But you know what they say, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Adapt to the meta, guys. Just give in, kiss their ass, adapt to it. Play the game how it is. You gotta shut the changes, man. It is what it is. Shut the fuck up, bro. Go back to playing fucking Roblox or any other fucking deadbeat Candy Crush of a game you play. You brain rot fucking dopamine fucking stupid brain Down syndrome idiot. People like that, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. If they don't have a channel, they never really played the game back in the days. They never fucking actually engage with the community. Don't listen to them. They're stupid. And that's why we're in this situation that we're in. Because of Wells and people like these devs. And that's all I gotta say in this fucking clip. Anything else you gotta say, guys? I'm done. Don't listen to them. They're fucking stupid. Bring back survival mode. Bring back PvP. Nobody's asking for all this other extra shit. For 50 plus fucking years, there's no excuse. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Go ahead, guys. I'm pretty much done.
Oh, you heard God, man. I don't have anything else to add to that.
Shit.
I have the same perspective of feeling as they say elite PvP gear in survival mode in the chat, as you see on screen. My delivery would just be a little bit different and maybe potentially a little more professional, but I feel the same way. Y'all, like I said in my live stream, in my vulgar rant live stream, you all in the community keep on getting spit on, and we keep on getting crap thrown in your face, and then you guys hand your credit card over, you turn around and bend over, and you spread them to get screwed over by the dev team and to get screwed over by the company that runs the game. And you guys haven't learned that if you stop funding these things, You hurt their wallets, they will panic and give you what you want.
Yep.
You guys don't want
Let's
to
see
fight
how
with
that
your
goes.
wallet. The three strongest powers in this game's history, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, honorable mentions to PayPal, are the 3 to 4 things that you could use to change your entire life. I'm saying life, but really just your experience in the game. The game is life for a lot of you people. And you, instead of taking it away from the devs to deprive them of it, so you can get what you want from them before they try to run to shutting the game down, you'd rather spend that money to get stuff in the game, to turn around and try and act like you're better than other players because you bought artificially your status or your place in the end game.
And that doesn't generate toxicity. Sure.
Right.
Sure, Dubs.
It doesn't generate people with fragile egos building themselves up with bravado to be perceived as something that they're not. That's what it is, right? It is what
It is what it
is.
is. It is what it is. All right, though. That's all we got to say in this video, y'all. Give it a like and subscribe. I'll post Sketch Night channel down below. He may have some different intake to what he has to say. He definitely live streaming some of his intake, but he'll definitely eventually will probably work on the video himself and his intake in a more professional manner. For me, I've been professional. I've been trying to get the message out there. I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, there's one way or another we got to go about this, and that's that. If you guys want this game to be saved, you guys want to just get together. Form. We are the community. We are in control of what we do. If you cannot simply just not look at your wallet and stop spending, then you have a fucking problem. You have an addiction problem. And you don't want to admit it, but you're addicted to spending than saving. I don't know how motherfuckers going out online be like, I'll make a lot of money, bruh. I got this, I got a car and all this shit, but they spend all their money on this game. How else are they making millions and millions on such a low player count base? Just baffles me. But you know, it is what it is, right, bro? It is what it is, man. You gotta adapt to the meta, bro. We and the people in the global chat know what we're talking about, bro. Gotta adapt to the meta, bro. Fucking idiots. Anyways, that's all I gotta say, y'all.
All right, peace.